The philosophy of Leo Tolstoy, quotes that stand the test of time. Truth, like gold, is not obtained by its growth, but by washing away everything that is not gold. Great minds think alike, so join us. Subscribe for timeless wisdom and inspiration. We can know only that we know nothing. And that is the highest degree of human wisdom. The only absolute knowledge attainable by man is that life is meaningless. The most difficult subjects can be explained to the slowest mind, if they have not yet formed an opinion about them. But even the simplest things cannot be made clear to the most intelligent person, if they are already convinced they know. Everything I know because of love. Respect was invented to fill the void where love should be. To rid yourself of an enemy, you must love them. Love. The reason I dislike that word is because it means too much to me. Far more than you can understand. We are asleep until we fall in love. When you love someone, you love them as they are, not as you wish them to be. Life is fragile and absurd. I did not know what I wanted. I feared life, longed to escape it, yet still hoped for something from it. Everything ends in death. Everything. Death is terrible. True life is lived when tiny changes occur. I began to feel that life was a repetition of the same things, that there was nothing new in me or in him, and that, instead, we were constantly returning to what was old. Seize moments of happiness. Love. And be loved. That is the only reality in the world. All else is folly. Happiness does not depend on external things, but on how we perceive them. All happy families are alike. Each unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. Happiness is pleasure without regret. Happiness is an allegory. Unhappiness, a story. If everyone fought only for their own convictions, there would be no war. History would be a wonderful thing, if only it were true. Writing laws is easy. Governing is difficult. Power is a word whose meaning we do not understand. People of limited intelligence like to talk about these days, as if human nature changes with time. There is no greatness where simplicity, goodness, and truth are absent. It is far better to do good in secret, without anyone knowing. The strongest warriors of all are time and patience. Hell is the inability to love. We love people, not so much for the good they have done us, but for the good we have done for them. I do not think badly of people. I like everyone, and I pity everyone. Which is worse? The wolf who cries before eating the lamb, or the wolf who does not? Every heart has its own skeletons. When we rummage through our souls, we often uncover things that should have remained buried. Everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing themselves. It is astonishing how completely people delude themselves into believing that beauty is goodness. The best stories are not about good versus evil, but good versus good. Some mathematician once said, "Pleasure lies not in discovering truth, but in seeking it." Satan cannot be driven out by Satan. Error cannot be corrected by error. And evil cannot be vanquished by evil. Boredom is the desire for desires. A man is never more of an egotist than at moments of spiritual ecstasy. To say that a work of art is good, but incomprehensible to most people, is like saying that a type of food is excellent, except that most people cannot eat it. He never chooses an opinion. He merely wears whatever happens to be in fashion. When in doubt, my dear friend, do nothing. Mathematics is the queen of disciplines. It will drive nonsense out of your head. I can never forget what is my whole life. Just as one candle lights another, and can light thousands more, so one heart illuminates another, and can brighten thousands of others. I sit on a man's back, choking him, and making him carry me. Yet I assure myself and others that I am sorry for him, and wish to lighten his burden, except by getting off his back. The law of loving others could not be discovered by reason, for it is unreasonable. Speech is silver, but silence is golden. What is all this love of arguing? No one ever convinces anyone else. Life is too long to say anything with certainty. Always say, perhaps. I often think that men do not truly understand what is noble and what is ignorant, though they speak of both constantly. What matters in a happy marriage is not so much compatibility as how you deal with incompatibility. Here's my advice. Do not marry until you can tell yourself you have done all you could. Otherwise, you will be cruelly and irremediably mistaken. I felt a wish never to leave that room. A wish that dawn might never come. That my present state of mind might never change. The feelings resembled memories. But memories of what? Apparently, one can remember things that have never happened. I now know that people only seem to live when they care only for themselves. But it is by loving others that they truly live. Only those capable of deep love can also suffer great sorrow. But this same need for love helps counteract grief and heal them. When one has lost their head, they do not grieve over their hair. These quotes, shuffled randomly, reveal the depth and complexity of Tolstoy's philosophy. Whether contemplating love, truth, happiness, or society, his words remain relevant and thought-provoking, guiding us to reflect on our own lives and the world around us.